Welcome to this Simple Business Solutions video on getting things done. This video is going to go over your daily practice. It's going to go over the simple decisions that you need to make in order to work as a team with your whole team, and how to bite off just the right amount of work for the day. So in this video, we assume that you know how to navigate Asana. We assume that you know how to go to My Tasks, Inbox, and the projects list on the side. We assume that you have a basic understanding of teams and projects and how to click through to be able to look at the teams and the projects. We assume also that you know what these sections are. We won't use them much in this video, but it's important to know. So let's start off with the inbox. The inbox is where your notifications go. They're like the emails in Asana. In fact, you can get emails from your inbox, but most people, I don't suggest do that. I just suggest for the getting things done process, you literally check Asana every day. Everything that you're following in Asana comes up here in this list. It could be notification responses. It could be attachments or changes to a task. It could also be comments or questions directed to you. Everything in the inbox, though, needs some action to be taken on it. If you find that there's some irrelevant thing that's here that you don't care about, you can just unfollow the task and you won't see it again. But if you're following the best practices or ethics of Asana, you'll only be following the tasks that matter. So let's take a look at how we might process this. Processing the inbox, we do a lot like Inbox Zero, the Inbox Zero system for email, because this is very much like email. So when we look at the inbox, the premise here is, are we going to ignore a message? Is there any action to take on it? If there is action, is it going to take us less than 2 minutes to do? And if it is going to take us less than 2 minutes to do, let's just do it. When processing the inbox, we need to be very careful about the context of the message. So in this case, see, this message here is linked to this task, and I say people should be given an opportunity for making money or just buying a product, and the response should send them to a proper link. We're looking to automate text message responses. So this task isn't done until the text message responses are automated. I asked a question here. How might we approach this? Can you more clearly specify? So I was asking a very specific question that just needs an answer. This can be responded to in less than 2 minutes, so we would respond and archive the task. I'm using Asana here not as Christopher Fern, but rather as Imani Mamalushan, just to give you this example. So what's the decision? The decision is, what are we going to do? Ignore, delegate, or respond, or take some action rather. Ignore, delegate, or take some action. Well, here there's a question. We're taking some action. It takes less than 2 minutes, and we'll just respond and hit comment. Then we can now archive this task. Here's the next one. And we're going through these fairly slowly. I'm not going to go through all of them, but here I'm just saying created framework for the system, just waiting on the completion of subtasks by Imani Mamalushan. So you notice the subtasks are assigned to Imani, which is going to show up in the next part. So she doesn't have to take any action on this, and we can archive this. I've assigned a task to her. So here we know that this task that I've assigned is going to show up under My Tasks, which is the next step. We can just archive the message. So remember, one of these options, this first decision that we're making is, are we ignoring, delegating, or responding? In both of the previous two cases, we ignored. I've shown you what responding looks like. Or if there's a task here that needs to be reassigned, those are more rare, but you may run across them. I'm trying to see if there's one here in the inbox. If there's a task here that needs to be reassigned, so let's say there's this task, send Chris his commission when it's received from RappiRank. I'm waiting on an update from Imani. So if Imani had a question or needed some additional information or needed me to take some action, she could write the comment and reassign the task. So that's the delegation of the task. If she had somebody who was helping her, she could do the same thing and delegate the task. So the only choice is to ignore the task, to delegate it, or to take some action. If the action can be less than 2 minutes, we take it now. If not, and if it is assigned to us, we simply will address it in the next step. So that is the inbox area. Let's go over to My Tasks. Now, just like the inbox is where notifications go, My Tasks is where the work goes. And the only thing that you want to do here is choose if you're going to do something today, this week, or later. It might also include some tasks that have been assigned to you throughout the day in this new tasks area. And it also might include going through and assigning yourself a task that you saw in the inbox earlier. So in this inbox area, there's only two things that we're going to do. We're going to make a decision about whether we're doing the task today, this week, or at some future time. And we're going to revisit the today section to make sure that what's there is what we want there. So let's look at this example here. You'll notice that this is following our best practices, our ethics here. There's only one action to be taken. The description is in the action. It's as clear as possible. And I have asked some questions and just need a response. So if this response takes less than 2 minutes, she would do it right now and reassign the task to me because I'm just looking for feedback. What do you think is what Chris Fern said, and I'm him. And so she would respond and reassign it to me, which would put it under my tasks, and I go through the whole thing. That would take less than 2 minutes. She would do it now. But if there's this document here, or this task here that says review Google Documents, in an effort to keep our Google Drive organized, here's all these documents, go over them. This is going to take more than 2 minutes. So she's going to make a decision by clicking this blue dot. Is she going to do this today, at some point this week, or later? No matter what she chooses, we're going to be reviewing these again at some future point. So let's say she'll do it today. We hit today. It moves out of new tasks and into today. And we're going to do that for all of these. Here, there's a task, create new funnel alchemy funnel. Now, let's say that I know that I'm booked and done today. I have no more bandwidth. I'm going to move this into upcoming. Okay, so that's just been moved. That's all that we're doing here is we're looking at a task and we're deciding when it's going to happen. Here, let's assume that I have no more information about this commission. I'll check later this week, so I mark it for upcoming. Again, all we're doing is moving new tasks into today, upcoming, or later based on what we think. I'm going to assume that we've gone through this whole list just to save some time, and let's look at what today and upcoming looks like. Because often what happens is when there's a lot of new tasks, we often say, I can do this today, I can do this today, I can do this today, and we don't get to it. The second thing we're going to do in this My Tasks view is look at the today section. Is there too much here? Can I handle what's here? If not, move it to upcoming. Is there something in upcoming that I could do today? Move those around by, again, clicking these little circles or this calendar. And once you have that, then you're ready to just close up everything and just look at what you're doing today. That's your daily practice. Every single day is going into the inbox, processing what's there by choosing if you're going to take action on it based on the fact that it takes less than 2 minutes. If you're going to ignore the message and just archive it, if you're going to delegate it, or if there's a response that's needed. And then you're going to go into My Tasks, process all your new tasks. Then you're going to look at today and upcoming and balance those out so that you're not biting off more than you can chew today. This, combined with the other ethics, the other best practices of Asana, will ensure that no task is lost, and also will ensure that you're not overwhelmed by the amount that you have to do. So that's it for this video. Stay tuned for the next one.